Taurus, this astrology favors the brave. You ready? I know you are. This is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. It is a Taurus energy reading, so please do apply it to wherever Taurus is really strongly impacting your chart. There's always an extended reading, and you have two ways to join me for that. The traditional way, which is the extended through Vimeo, which I'm so grateful for always, or you can join the Unbound membership. I have multiple memberships, please peruse them, but the Unbound membership gets you full access to all of the extendeds all the time to the end of days, as well as so many other really super perks. So I hope to see you join up. We're going to start with the astrology. Remember, I do daily tarot card readings on my second YouTube channel, Astrology Motivation. I'll attach the link above if you want to join me for those. Those are general readings and a live chat during the general readings. Let's get into the astrology first, but it's going to be a quick overview because honestly, this level of understanding and awareness now is it could be bugging you, that you're very aware of how I'm not going to try this. Yeah, where you made a mistake in the past, how you would do things differently now, and you're getting a chance to do things differently now. And ultimately, it's got to do with doing the right thing, or being the good person, or being the bigger person, and doing what's right for everybody. And honestly, it's irritating as fuck. It is, but it's ultimately irritating you so that you won't have any choice. You've got to do it. You've got to do it, and the truth is that it will feel better once it's done. But you're not going to get out of doing it, so you might as well do it anyway. Now, I know that you're strong enough, but sometimes the hardest thing to cope with is yourself and your own irrational side, especially for you guys who tend to be extremely rational. But there is that irrational side, especially when it conflicts in some way with what you considered yourself too good for, right? You're riding high right now. There's so many wonderful things that are happening, and it's like all of a sudden the grunt, like something about grunt work comes in. This is just an example, but it's like, well, why should I have to do that? Because it's the right thing to do, because it's the right example to set, because it's fair, because it's all those things that you want to be seen as, and all those things that you do want to be the person that is, right? But ultimately, the grunt work of doing it is really frustrating and really annoying. But ultimately, you understand how like circumventing it or not engaging in the past has actually exacerbated the situation. And so even though it's going to irritate the crap out of you, you got to get it done. And ultimately, Taurus, that's what's going to be the rub right now. But you will get through it. And the truth is this, it's taking longer for you to think about it because you already know this grand air trine already tells you, like, it's in other words, you've already recognized and realized, aha, I know what I have to fix. So what's the lack of the motivation to go? I don't think you lack motivation to go fix it. Okay, you may lack motivation to go fix it, because ultimately it doesn't mean, just because you're going to do it and you know that it's the right thing to do, doesn't mean you're reveling in it, doesn't mean that you have a closer relationship with it, doesn't mean that you're excited by it, but ultimately it's got to get done. And getting over this pinnacle is what's actually going to make life a hell of a lot smoother from now on. It seems like something so monumentous because you've let it irritate you for so long, and now you have this chance to just get over that point of irritation, and everything can start rolling a lot more smoothly. Let's get into the cards. Most of the irritation is that you want things to move fast. You want everything to like keep up speed with you. Things are going along really well, and then this comes along and it's like it brings you back to 10 years ago, and you're like, but I didn't deal with this then, and that's why you're dealing with it now. We have Spirit has a plan, so looking at things from a higher perspective, also a sense of the God calling. Like, I know that sounds really like a little bit too spiritual, but it's that sense of, you know, it's the right thing to do. That's what it is. Spirit has a plan. Okay, so what is Spirit's plan? Let's let's keep going. I don't want to extrapolate too much from this. What is Spirit's plan for Taurus, please? What is Spirit's plan? What is Spirit's plan? What is Spirit's plan? What is Spirit's plan, God? What is Spirit's plan? Magic works through you. So it's been a long time coming. I don't know if you realized it even, because it happened so long ago. This is Cancerian energy. It has to do, could be with a motherhood, fourth house energy. It could just be like a changing of the generations, or something generational that you are able to traverse now. Magic works through you. It's almost like in the past you kind of changed the game, or you fulfilled some sort of family dream or family karma. And this started a while back, okay? And then we have freedom is yours. This is completing that cycle. That's what it's got to do with. Oh boy. It's not bad. This is like the last leg of that marathon that you're running, and the last leg is always the most challenging, and that's why it's bugging you so much. And there's so many reasons. Happy birthday, Doug Denny. There's so many reasons that you're finding, why should I do this? I don't want to do. You have to do this. It doesn't even look, I'll tell you right now, it doesn't look logical, but you know on some level that it's more than logical. This is the actual only thing that makes sense right now. Right? It's coming through as do the right thing. Know your worth. Okay? Now, know your worth is not standing in your pride. Know your worth is realizing that I'm valuable whatever I do. And it's, yeah, I'm valuable no matter what I do. It's also your first house energy. Well, first house energy has the North Node in it now, and it has Uranus in it. North Node and Uranus. This is like making changes and wanting to rebel, like having the energy to do things in a different way. But doing things in a different way isn't doing them in the way that excites you. It's doing them in the way that actually frustrates you, because that's where the changes are actually going to be made. That's what true embracing the North Node is doing those things that challenge you. The things that excite you are not the things that challenge you. They're the things that you find easy, you find pleasurable, you find fascinating. Okay, but what do you find challenging? This is the thing that fucking challenges you, and ultimately it is your break out of chains. Once you do this. So what is it that you have to do? Watch your words. Okay. This is Gemini energy. Gemini is your second house. Lilith is in Gemini. What you say right now could get you into a lot of trouble, because your irritation level may make you say stuff that you will eventually be ashamed of in the future. Or you will say things that could be very manipulative, saying them just to get your way or just to get out of the responsibility that you know you have. So ultimately, there's this sense of, watch what you say right now. I wouldn't have this on the table if A, you didn't need the warning, or B, you weren't already in some ways aware of it. Gotta get more. Gotta get more cards. What is going on with Taurus, please? What do you mean, watch their words? What is happening? What are they being free from? Embrace the in-between, okay? You gotta do this. Like this was like spiritually crossing over, right? You know, it's like you're the one that stands between the two extremes. And you have to embrace that. You're being asked to embrace that, because you're the only one that can really do it. You're the only one that can make two sides come together. You're the only one that understands things from both perspectives. And you are definitely the one that people are listening to. Which is why you also want to watch your words, because people are going to hang on your every word and they're going to judge you for what you say. So ultimately being very almost economic with your words and only saying things when you know they're important is really smart right now. Also a sense of, this is what I just heard, watch what you promise. Because ultimately, both sides may be turning to you to solve their issues, or to ask them things, or want things, or demand things. And like, it's like almost like you stand in the middle, even though you didn't want to be. I don't think you want to be in this position, which is why it's very frustrating for you. But you are in this position, and ultimately it is this, you got to deal with it. It's like you got to deal with this last piece of bullshit. But people are going to be coming at you from both sides, because it's almost like they both want you to side with them. But ultimately, Taurus, embrace the in-between. Like, don't let yourself be pulled to either side. Be happy that you're actually your own road, your own entity. It may be the bridge without you really wanting to be, but don't let anybody force you into thinking you have to think a certain way. That's just kind of a warning that I'm getting in this energy. But you're not unwise to it. You know, it's not, I don't think it's going to surprise you. I also think that there is a concern on your part for wanting to, you don't want to overpromise yourself. That you're kind of like, I don't want to say too much. Turn knowledge into wisdom. This is Piscean energy. This is also full moon energy. And the full moon is coming up basically soon, within the next day. The full moon is coming up in Virgo, and Virgo full moon teaches us how to check in with how we feel about the way that we've been working on things, the way that we've been doing. Like how much are we relying on a schedule to feel safe, right? This is also a sense of worry. I just keep hearing worry. You're worried about something. You could be worried about your health or somebody else's health. And then we have Elephant Spirit, learn from the past. It's showing up in the past. This has happened before. Yeah, this is also maternal energy. This is karmic, some sort of maternal line. Maybe issues with your mother or a mother figure. This is Cancerian. This is also Cancerian and Taurus energy. Somebody needs boundaries. Somebody like is out of control. I feel like out of control of their emotions, and somebody needs boundaries. But somebody needs somebody else to come in and do something for them. There's just a... I just think you understand. This is, okay, so 5 plus 2 is 7. And then 2 plus 5 is 7. 7, 7. You know that you still have work to do in this circumstance. And the reason why I'm talking to you about this is because life is going really well, right? There's so many doors opening up. There's so many opportunities. And this is like a pebble in your shoe that comes and irritates the crap out of you. Why do I still have to deal with this? Because you're leveling up, dude. Because you're leveling up. And somebody who is leveling up will be brave enough to address this fucking pebble in their shoe. Because nothing is so small that it can't have your attention. And maybe that's what's driving you crazy right now. Is like all the details and all the work and all the things that you have to put into order are really starting to stress you out. I promise you that this is like the last crunch week. Once we get into the beginning of April, things really smooth out, and we're not far from that now, right? So ultimately, when it comes to, okay, when can I just be happy? You can be happy every day, because happiness is a point of view. Happiness is a perspective that you choose. This is a sense of, I'm very happy to have this irritation, because now I know exactly what I need to address to actually completely clean up my life. Okay? Okay, Taurus. Something else coming in the past. Stand your ground. This is coming up in the past. This is also 777. It's 777 coming out for you. What does that mean? This could be 777 is awakening to the value of your own work and the efforts that you have put in. And I feel like that's also why there's a little bit of an irritation here. Maybe because you are leveling up. People are valuing you. You're not in this same like stuck place. It's not that anymore. You have moved forward in your life. And I feel like you know that. So why do I have to move backward? You're not moving backward. You carried the pebble in your shoe with you. And now it's bugging the shit out of you because it was always something you had to address. It was just you could be distracted from it for a while. But now you have to fucking address it. And it's actually not that difficult. The resistance to it is making it difficult. Okay, so what is this? The waiting game. What is Taurus waiting for, though? We have the waiting game here. And what I saw this is like time's up. It's like sands through the hourglass. So are the days of our life. No. You remember that, dude? Come on, man. This waiting game is all about, look, it's like time's up. Time's up. You're down to the last hour. You don't really, you're kind of running out of time when it comes to addressing this issue. And I don't know why I just got that, but almost like, yeah, you don't have fucking forever, Taurus, so you better get on it. Because this, I don't think that it's going to make or break you. I think it's going to make or break how you feel about yourself. And you could go into a very successful future with a clear heart, or you can go into a very successful future carrying the burden of something you're always going to be ashamed of because you didn't answer the call. And there'll always be a sense of not being able to enjoy that very successful future as much if you didn't act now. Because that pebble, if you don't address it, it's always going to be in your shoe. You can either take it with you as a constant ache and reminder of how you didn't address it, or because you're going to keep walking in the right direction and you're going to keep accelerating. But eventually, you won't enjoy it as much because there'll always be that irritation. Whereas if you address it now, you take the pedal out of your shoe, you take some time, you deal with the issues, and then ultimately you have a clean heart. You have a clear mind and you have a clean soul. So that's what you're basically being called to do. What is this about? No place like home. There's, I don't know, going home, going back to the place where you were raised. This, once again, is talking about a family issue, a concern that you have, and you may have to travel to address it. And then we have a loyal heart. So it could be regarding your spouse or being with somebody that you're with, to chop wood, somebody that will help you do the work or you're helping them do the work. And then yang energy, taking initiative. You know you need to move forward. You need to do this work. You need to take initiative. You need to initiate the work, do the work, get her done. And then blessed, bam. And that's what comes out after you do the crap that you've been trying to avoid. Blessings come out. Chaos and conflict is here, and by the book. It's almost like you're putting things into order. You're putting all this craziness. It's like, how do I handle all this craziness? You go by the book. You do things in that right, rhythmic, timed way. This is a perfect kind of energy to do something by the book. Why? Because if you do it by the book, you'll be able to check the boxes to assure yourself that you've done all that you can do. When you go and like you play it to, play it to the right beats, play it to, the expected, I don't know what else to say, 3-3 and 1-1. Do what you're told. That's what I got. I know. What a fucked up message, dude. But it's like you know you got to do this. And you know you're going to do this. And once you start the process, it's not going to be as painful. You're actually going to see that it goes surprisingly smoothly, and then beautiful, bountiful shit. Look at the bigger picture. This is Sagittarius energy. Once again, telling me you might need to travel. You might need to go somewhere. There is more than you at stake here. And you're doing this because you know it's for the best of, like I said in the beginning, more than just you, more than just maybe even people close to you. Looking at the bigger picture is what is inciting you to go this extra mile. It could even be that you know that somebody's coming to visit you, and that's building tension in you. But it has to be done. But ultimately, I want you to honor the tension. And I want you to confront it and say, hey, you know what? If you build tension in me and there's something about you or this interaction with you that I really don't want, then I have to acknowledge it. I can't ignore it. I need to address the fact that you are not somebody that makes me comfortable. Maybe I'm doing things just to satisfy not having to feel guilty, but ultimately the way I can do it differently this time around is taking charge of the situation, and things are going to go my way. I'm not going to do things by your rules this time around. If you're going to step into my world, then you're going to follow my rules, and I've put them in place and laid them out for you. I'll plan everything. You sit your ass back and follow me. Oh, damn, a Taurus. Let's go to tarot. I'll see you guys over there.